The Woodsman by Robert Edwards. With the dawn's lighted signal, 2 redbirds took to flight from their evergreen nesting that kept them safely overnight. Whereupon the branches, with maple-colored crowns, they chirped a crisp warning to the squirrels on the ground, who darted to the safety of the backside of a branch and watched with disbelief as the woodsman walked the path. They sounded out with chatter, they being so upset that he would dare to trespass so closely to their nest. A rabbit heard the ruckus and stopped there near the path and dared not move a muscle till the woodsman's boots had passed. With each step he marched along, but when he stopped to rest, that rabbit took off running and scared him half to death. He turned and drew his rifle firm against his chest, but before he pulled the trigger, it jumped safely through the grass. The woodsman kept on walking till he saw an open field where a farmer had just planted and the dirt was freshly tilled. He assessed the situation there beneath a hackleberry tree and sat down beside it, the best place he could be. He waited for an hour and didn't see a thing but the limbs that were above him that rustled in the breeze. He waited longer yet, though sitting very still. With his eyes he scanned the furrows of the freshly planted field. He thought he saw some movement, and thinking it was deer, then he heard a turkey calling that the road ahead was clear. Then he saw it strutting out from amongst the grass, a huge tom turkey, and his heart was beating fast. Then 6 or so others that were followed by some hens. The field before him dotted as he sat sheltered from the wind. The woodsman, he was cautious not to make a sound. As he slipped off one glove and laid it on the ground, he raised his rifle that laid across his knees and waited for the turkey to come closer to his tree. Now with his rifle sitting level, pulled against his chest, he tried to hold it steady as he held his breath. The turkeys didn't notice, they were too busy showing off, puffing up their feathers to the hens of the flock. The woodsman with his rifle, when he pulled the trigger shot, the dirt around his target then exploded into dust. The woodsman, he jumped up running out into the field to grab that turkey by the legs that he had shot and killed. But the turkey saw him coming, and it was just a little winged. It ran across the field for a nearby bunch of trees. The woodsman almost stumbled in the freshly furrowed field and shot again his target, aiming at its tail. He was sure this time he got it, and marched off to the patch where he'd last seen that turkey running for the grass. He found some downy feathers as he looked all through the grass, but he couldn't see the turkey on the ground where it had passed. After an hour of searching by the freshly furrowed field, the woodsman finally gave up, thinking surely it was killed. Then, there it was, naturally concealed. He put it in the pocket of the vest his wife had made, and thanked the Lord, so happy that his hunting trip was saved. With the noontime fast approaching, as he headed for his home, the squirrels too were happy just to see that woodsman go. The rabbit too was watching as it huddled from the cold and eyed the woodsman passing from its cozy rabbit hole. The redbirds chirped out safety there from their evergreens as the woodsman to his family took that turkey home to eat. His wife had made the stuffing for their Thanksgiving feast, and they thanked the Lord for all they had to eat. It was then the woodsman thought, as he carved around that bird, the glove, he left it back there by the freshly furrowed dirt. And that's my Thanksgiving story by Minister Bob. Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.